Hi everyone, and welcome back to Dick in the Kitchen and another one of our fearless cooking adventures. Today we're embarking on a culinary trip to Mexico, recreating a mouthwatering and famous tacos al pastor. But hey, let's do something unusual. This dish is usually prepared in really large quantities like a gyro or a shawarma, and we're going to adjust it for smaller family-sized servings. Intrigued to see how it's done? Just stick around and we'll show you. First things first, let's tackle the chilies. We're going to be using a small package of ancho chilies for this recipe. These chilies are dried and we need to spend some time cleaning out the seeds, removing the stem, and then tearing them or cutting them into smaller pieces with a scissors. Once we've removed the stems and seeds, we tear the chilies into several pieces and toast them lightly in a dry skillet heated up over medium heat. Here's the trick to doing this right. Press down on the chilies with a spatula, hold them down for a few seconds, then flip them over, pressing them again for a nice even toast. You can smell them becoming more fragrant as they toast. Once the chilies are toasted, remove the chilies from the skillet and soak them in warm tap water, setting them aside for about 20 to 30 minutes until they soften. You can use a small plate to keep them submerged in the water. Patience is the key here, folks. You need to wait till the chilies are nice and soft. Then, after the chilies are toasted, you add the 5 garlic cloves with the skin on to the skillet and toast them for about 15 minutes on medium heat until the center of the garlic is softened and the outside of the garlic cloves are starting to brown. To embark on this culinary journey, here's what we're going to be using. 2 medium-sized ancho chilies, 2 tablespoons of achiote powder, 5 cloves of garlic roasted in the skillet, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 fresh pineapple peeled and quartered. We're going to need 8 small tortillas, a bunch of cilantro, a medium white onion finely chopped, 1 lime cut into wedges, and salsa of your choice. In a blender, combine the softened chilies, softened garlic, the vinegar, oregano, cumin, salt, black pepper, and half the soaking liquid. Get that into a smooth blend. If it seems too thick, add more soaking liquid. This is all about the consistency you prefer. When that's done, add the achiote powder and slice your pineapple into quarters. You're going to slice one of the quarters up for this recipe and put 1 or 2 slices in with the chilies in the blend. If the mixture is too thick, again, just add a little additional soaking liquid to thin it out. I've included links in the description for places where you can find ancho chilies and the achiote powder, which can be hard to find unless you have a good Mexican grocery store locally. Now it's time for us to prep the pineapple. Stand your pineapple up on the cutting board and cut the bottom off as well as the top. Then we're going to quarter the pineapple and clean up one of the quarters by removing all of the skin and cleaning it up and slicing it about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch in thin slices that we're going to use with our recipe. Now grab your pork shoulder and slice it thinly, about a 1/4 inch thick, cutting across the grain. Lay these slices out on a sheet pan and slather the marinade all over, ensuring each piece is well coated on both sides. You can use a basting brush for this if you wish. Cover this flavor-packed setup and refrigerate it for at least 4 hours. However, letting it sit overnight brings out a burst of flavor you won't want to miss. Marinated pork? Check. Now it's grilling time. You could do this in a hot cast iron skillet indoors, but nothing beats the open air charm of a preheated gas grill. Let's spray canola oil on the pork slices and the pineapple to get that little extra sizzle. Turn the pork slices occasionally, grilling them until they're well cooked and slightly charred. Usually takes about 10 to 12 minutes. Take your time and make sure to give the pork and pineapple slices lots of grilling love until they're just slightly charred on the outside. Sounds delicious, doesn't it? Well, it is. Now remove the pork and pineapple from the grill. Put it on your cutting board and chop it medium fine. Okay, now we're ready for the grand finale. Let's toast some of the corn tortillas. I'm using a soft white corn tortilla, but you can choose yellow corn or even soft flour tortillas if you choose. Put them in the hot skillet for a few minutes on both sides. You will see the tortilla slightly browning and it bubbles as it toasts. Assembling the taco is where the fun begins. Start with the tortilla and add some chopped pork, a bit of chopped pineapple slice, sprinkle some sliced and chopped onions and cilantro, and then squeeze a lime wedge over the top. Now here's the thing. I left out the onions and cilantro in the video and opted for using a medium salsa spread on top. But guess what? It's your taco and your rules. Voila! The succulent, sweet, and tangy tacos al pastor is ready, and I've paired it with a vibrant corn and black bean salad. Remember, food tastes best when it's cooked with passion. Until our next culinary adventure, stay curious and keep your appetite going.